Hey everyone, I'm Jay, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do the drop clip mod for the Maverick. I know the Maverick's getting on in years now, it's an older gun, however, because it's older, it's cheaper, and there's still a lot of stuff you can do with this. So this is a really advanced mod. And as a side note, just you guys, in case you guys didn't notice, I am home for summer, so I'm open for commission, but yeah, that's that, so hit me up if you want a commission. So the drop clip mod, pretty much what it does is it basically makes it so the turret is removable. And I have my modified Maverick with the 5 kilogram orange Maverick spring, which I'm going to just put in this one because this is new stock. I'm going to be doing all my other modifications to this. I'm going to take the turret from this, and I have an extra turret from an old broken Maverick. So I'm going to have 3 turrets in all, and I will be able to make it so that the turret just drops clean out of the gun, and you just put a new one in. So like I said, this is going to be an advanced mod. You're going to need epoxy, you're going to need a Dremel or a rotary tool of some kind, like a drill or something. And yeah, so I don't have nylon spacers, which is what you would use to put the spacer right there. But I'm just going to cut that part out and see how that works. I'm assuming it'll work fine. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking stuff apart and showing you what you need to do. Yeah. Okay guys, so I have the stock Maverick apart, and I've pried the metal bar from inside the turret. Next what I want to do is just take the turret apart and remove the air restrictors and all that jazz. But you want to take this part off and this part off, and I'll show you what to do with those after this. But I'm just going to take the back part off and remove this piece and take out the air restrictors and all that jazz. I'm also going to open up my other Maverick and take the 5 kilogram spring from that, and I'll probably take the return spring from that and double up on it in here. So yeah. Oh, by the way, credit for this mod goes to Captain Slug on Nerf Haven. I'm using his write-up to really do it. So shout out to Captain Slug for making an excellent write-up and putting it on Nerf Haven. So yeah, if you want to check out the write-up, he details some rotation problems, rotation fixes for some problems with the rotation Mac in here, as well as the drop clip mod. So I will be posting a link for that in the description below, that way. So yeah, next I'm going to be taking this apart and yeah, doing that stuff. And I'll do that off camera because you guys should probably know how to do basic mods for a Maverick if you're trying this. So yeah. Okay guys, so I've removed the back part of the turret holder, I don't know what to call it, from the actual turret, and I've kind of marked it with some Sharpie, and you want it just a hair above this part right here and like maybe 1/4 of an inch below the release button. And those will be your indicator lines as for where to cut. And I will do the cutting off camera because I don't want to get stuff on my lens. But yeah, this is what it looks like. You're going to want to leave one of these screws intact and just cut the rest of the stuff off. But I'll show you what it looks like after I'm done, and then I will be epoxying it into place, as well as epoxying the front part into place. So yeah, fun stuff. Okay, so once you cut the piece out, it should look like this. You want to take a different bit. I used a cutting wheel to cut the part out, and I'm going to take a little grinding bit and just kind of smooth everything down and kind of make it easier to fit. I'm noticing that this is actually wiggling. I'm thinking I'll just leave it for now, and if it becomes a problem, I'll glue it down somehow, but it just seems a little bit unstable now that there's only one screw. But I'm just going to go ahead and smooth this out, and you want to really try and get it as close to a half circle as possible. This is a little bit over because you want this to slide in smoothly, which at the moment it's not able to do. So I'm going to go ahead and smooth that out off camera and then show you what it's like after that. Alright guys, so I have everything pretty much smoothed out. The little bits of plastic still left, but for the most part I've smoothed everything out. If you can see, I've actually roughed up this part here so that the epoxy will take better to it. I'm going to use 2-part epoxy, Loctite epoxy for metal, because I found that that works the best. and I'm hopefully just going to be using very small amounts of it. I won't need too much, just some on here and a little dab on here. And I might put some hot glue on the inside here, but let's set that aside for now and move on to this next part. And I'm going to be repeating this step 2 more times. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to extricate this part from the rest of it and kind of curve this up so that I can put that in and use that as kind of a front rest for it. So I'm going to do that and show you what it looks like afterwards. Okay guys, so I just wanted to show you what a completed turret looks like. It's a little bit messy with this. I don't really like the look of it too much, but since I don't have spacers for it, this is what it's going to look like. I don't care too much. I will be painting this whole setup at some point and probably selling it once I get tired of using it, if I use it that much. If I don't use it that much, I'll be selling it sooner. So yeah, I haven't really decided what to paint it yet. If you guys have any suggestions as to what style or color scheme I should paint it, let me know and I'll take it into consideration. So yeah, so like I said, this is a completed turret. I've got 2 more that will look just like it very soon. Next, I'm going to be attaching these gray pieces to the shell of the Maverick, and it will be on the left side that I'm going to be epoxying the gray pieces, not the right, the left. So if you're directionally challenged, make sure to double check before you start epoxying anything anywhere. So I'll show you that once it's completed. Okay guys, so I've epoxied the 2 gray pieces into place, and it helps if you use this little orange piece here and you set that in to help center that piece, and the other piece you just kind of line up and epoxy into place. I roughed up the outside of this and the inside of the blaster a little bit so that the epoxy will stick better, and I'm just going to let it sit for a while. I'll come back to it in about an hour or so after the epoxy has set. It cures in about 24 hours, but it should be good to work with in a few hours. So yeah, until then, yeah, I'll just wait and see. So far, it's coming along pretty good. The turrets are looking pretty nice for the most part. I still don't like the look of this, but once painted, it shouldn't look too bad, but whatever. So one more quick thing, guys. I added some hot glue to this part here just for some added stability. Also, make sure that you get as much of the epoxy out of these seams as possible, as much of it as possible, because later on, once the epoxy sets, it'll kind of interfere with the blaster coming back together fully. So just, get in there with your finger and try to get as much of that out as possible, and then make sure to wash your hands afterwards, because epoxy is not good for your skin. So yeah, it's my little PSA. And so yeah, I'll wait for this to set and then come back to it. Okay guys, so I have everything set up. I've used the return spring from my other Maverick along with the return spring that's there and doubled up on it. Whoop, there goes the double strength trigger catch spring from my other Maverick. I'll get that in a minute. I also have the 5 kilogram spring from Orange Modworks, which you can purchase right there, as well as in the description. Everything seems to be coming along pretty nicely. I'm going to put it back together, and if I have any difficulties putting it back together, or if it comes together smoothly, I will let you know in the next part of the video. I will also be doing a small firing test. Sadly, in the process of moving out of the dorm, I somehow managed to lose one of the air restrictor covers on my last turret, so I only have 2 working turrets at this point. Hopefully I might, at some point procure another Maverick and just scrap that for the turret. But yeah, I'm hoping that it'll come together nicely and it'll work well. So yeah, I'm excited. Okay guys, one thing real quick. You see these prongs right here? They actually stabilize the gray pieces. And since I put some hot glue in there to really, to reinforce the epoxy, these are getting in the way, and I mean the glue is getting in the way of these. So you're just going to need to Dremel these down. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. Okay guys, so I have completed the drop clip mod for the Maverick. Give me a minute. There we go. And I have to say, it makes it much easier to load the darts because you have access to all 6 barrels. So I'm going to go ahead and load the 2 turrets that I have. And so once I removed those little support parts on the inside, it came together pretty smoothly. So now the Maverick is still completely able to be taken apart. The gray pieces are only epoxied to one side, but they are very sturdy. So I'm going to go ahead and put the first clip in, and it makes a certain clicking noise when it's loaded. And then to reload, you just pop it right out, pop the new one in, and keep firing. That one didn't fire so well. And one more. Alright, so you can really hear the 5 kilogram spring going to work in there. To get it out, you just spin it and it just comes right out. It's, without the turret in it, it's incredibly light. But all in all, this came together really well. I'm actually pretty impressed with how this turned out. I might actually use this. Yeah, I have no complaints. This was a pretty fast. It only took maybe a few hours, so it's a pretty fast modification. I'm gonna let the epoxy sit. It'll cure over the next 24 hours, but it's really holding up very well. So yeah, I mean, this definitely increases the utility of the Maverick, because by itself, the Maverick isn't really great. I mean, as a last-ditch blaster, it's alright, you get 6 shots, but now, with the ability to reload quickly on the fly, and you're being chased, and you don't have time to load each individual barrel, so, just drop in a new turret entirely. So, yeah, I'm really impressed with how this turned out. I hope you guys are too. So if you like what you see, please subscribe so I can keep making videos. Tell your friends to tell their friends that I have a YouTube channel. And remember, modding can potentially damage the internals of the gun. And if you do this wrong and mess up, it's not my fault. I am not responsible for you damaging your own blaster. So please mod and nerf at your own risk. Also, eye protection. Always wear protection. It is very, very important that you protect your eyes and nerf at your own risk, because people are modifying blasters and stuff can get out of hand, and if you get shot in the eye and you lose an eye, it's your own damn fault. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you have a great night. Remember to subscribe. I'm open for commissions, so if you have money and you have a Nerf gun, or if you don't have a Nerf gun and you still want me to do something for you, shoot me a private message and let me know, and I will make something for you. Thanks, and good night.